start with, just so I don't forget, injuries. How we looking? Anyone coming back tomorrow?
Yeah, we've got some healthy numbers coming back. Brownie, Berkey, Nevsey, Henry Hoare, all pending training today. It should be close and in contention.
Right. How was Florin? He didn't play on the weekend?
Florin's touch and go. He'll again train today, and we'll assess that. If it's not today, there's a chance that he'll meet us for the Central Coast game, and if not, we expect it won't be very long after that.
Will you take all those blokes down for the trip and just see how they go?
No, we'll take our squad that will be available for the game. We'll make that decision post training today, and then we'll have a chance to review post Newcastle and have the flexibility for a few to meet us if ready for the Central Coast game.
How is the squad? Like another tight turnaround? Everyone good to go from that last game?
Everyone's good. It's certainly not been a kind schedule to us, and it doesn't really let up now until after the Wellington game. I think we've had a rough deal of it compared to some of the other teams, and there's minimal time to prepare. And as a new coach coming in, I would have valued some extra time on the training pitch between games, but it's the way it is, and there's a lot of learning to be done in games, and we just have to adjust and improve on the run.
Yes, it is good as well that blokes get to go straight back into it, fix what they last game.
Yeah, look, we've been through the data and the analysis of the MacArthur game with a fine-tooth comb, and the result was disappointing for us, and there were certainly parts of the game where we struggled, but there were lots of improvements from that game from the previous two. It was our highest box entries of the season. We created a lot of chances. We certainly looked more in control in possession than we had been in the last couple of weeks. There were some good moments out of possession as well, but the big thing for us is tightening up our structure and our distances and our individual actions so that we can reduce the opposition's control and be a little bit more resilient and less easy to play through for larger periods of games.
Jonas has been great for you. I guess he's coming off the bench. Do you like him coming off the bench, providing that spark, or do you think he could start in the future?
Yeah, that's a discussion we're having at the moment. Obviously, 𝗠𝘁𝗵𝗵 a player that we all believe in, and he's a big prospect for the football club. He's young, and it's important that we keep fostering his development. Look, he's come back from an injury. He had the shoulder injury and missed a week of training, and had a little illness as well. So sometimes that can send a player backwards a bit, but he's still on the recovery path, and it's in the next few weeks we'll see him come back to his best. But Jonas has done really well. 2 goals in 2 games for a striker, especially coming off the bench, is a really good way to impact the game. He's shown a lot of hunger as well out of possession, and he certainly put himself in contention to start this week.
Tom being a Cairns boy, he'd be handling the heat pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, if he is, he's the only one. It's extremely hot, and we looking ahead for our week away, I think 2 of the 3 sessions we'll have in the Central Coast will be 39 degrees plus. So it's just the way it is around the country at the moment, and it's something that we have to deal with.
Yeah, Keegan, it's a very tough one for him. Reflection, a few days to process it. How is it?
Yeah, I think that was a player that's come in, and he's probably had a frustrating 6 months in Europe, and he was very eager to make an impact. And I know how hungry he was to come on and lift the team. And sometimes you can be a bit over enthusiastic, and it's a great lesson for him. And he's done his reflection, and he'll learn from that. And we're awaiting the suspension length. Hopefully that comes through, and he's available sooner rather than later to come and show what he can do.
I think it'll just be 1.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd be disappointed if it was more than 2, but we're obviously hoping for 1.
Yeah, gotcha. And transfer window, how are we looking? Any updates?
Yeah, look, we're still working on some progress, and there's probably scope to bring a player in, and we'd like to do that. But I've mentioned before that mid-season transfer windows in the A-League, it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to sign someone with desperation, and we sign players, they have to be able to be better than what we've got and have to be able to impact the team immediately and carry us through to the end of the season. It would be, it's not the intention to bring someone in who stands in the way of a young player's development. So it has to be somebody that's ready to come in and impact the team, and we're working hard on that. If it happens, that's great. If not, we won't rush into the wrong signing.
So you've got your eye on one that might be able to?
I've said before, we've got a short list of 2 or 3 players in each position, and we're quite focused on the positions that we need to recruit in, and we'll do what we can to get the right player.